another episode of Roses Are Red podcast with your host, Mrs. Red Rose, her co-host, Sam I Am from the Married Couple Podcast, and AC from Midnight Media.
Welcome, everyone. Welcome in.
Yeah.
Hello.
I was like, oh, wait a minute. We already have
Everything's fine. Everything's
Rose,
real
for
good.
some reason, you're quiet now.
Yeah,
I don't know
you're
what
a little-
happened.
Yeah, maybe you turn it back up. Maybe you were a little loud earlier, but now you're not as.
maybe not as loud. Is this better?
Yes, that's
Plus
better.
you were close
Okay.
to it and everything. You were like,
I'm like, because I wanted to jump through my microphone.
me
But-
too. Me too. I wanted to jump through the screen.
Yeah, you know.
Mhm. Let me put the banner up. I'm gonna do my best
Okay.
this episode. My
So-
very best.
You're very, very best.
My very, very best.
Very, very
Boy.
best. I hope everybody's had a wonderful, amazing week. It is Friday. Thank everything out there that today is Friday. We have Saturday and Sunday.
You know what that means?
I still have to work 2 more days.
That's right.
I
That's
still
right.
gotta do what I gotta do. But you know,
Mhm.
I gotta.
Super fucked.
Oh yeah, especially when you have to deal with a lot of things that politics involved. And you're just like, oh, really.
None of that.
You ever had that one? Have you ever had that one person you kind of semi? Okay, no, you dislike, but you got to play politics because they try to play both roles, and you just have to be.
I need more context.
So, like, I can liken it to maybe being a dance team mom.
Yes.
We did have a head mom that we got along enough to do our things for whatever, and at the very end of the banquet, when Alex's senior year, she was like, well, we'll probably never see each other again. It was nice knowing you. And I was like, you're right, we do not run in the same circles.
Right.
You know, we can agree to disagree here.
Well, that's the end of our relationship. Bye bye.
There went that. Let's move forward.
I'm not sad.
Are you asking if there's people that I deal with that I'd rather not because and I have to?
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
what it is.
Fuck yeah.
Every day of our
Absolutely.
lives.
Yeah. All over the place. Absolutely. I deal with all types of people that I'd rather not.
You have to
Just-
play that politic role where you have to be nice. Yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
Tolerable. Nice. Have to be nice is like what
Civil.
I am to you guys. No.
Civil.
Civil.
Yeah,
It's
civil is
way different than nice.
yeah.
So
Especially
way
when you
different.
have to have a code word with your husband that play nice. Stop.
They're talking to you. You're just like banana. Like yeah,
Yeah.
I hear you. Let's get the fuck out of here. These people suck.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm like, yeah.
No, I understand. Banana.
Yeah. Right.
Yep.
Yep. All that good feeling. But yeah.
You guys ever been like really upset right before you do something? You have to be on camera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, I fucking hate that. I fucking hate that. You know, like right before
Yeah,
you're gonna do something, and not this. I know it seems like this, but it's not this.
Yeah.
Any other time, like harken it
Mm-hmm.
to any other time that you've had to right before you have to do a show, and a lot of people watch you and like a replayability and all that, and you're like meet with someone and they're like blah blah blah, and you're like what? And you get really pissed off, and then doom doom doom. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, and then the song plays for the thing you're gonna do.
Yeah.
And then that's when a lot of crimes happen because behind you want to choke.
Where's Batman when we need him?
Right.
I'm
Burn the eyeballs.
right here. I will. Excuse me for a moment. I'll be
I
right
know.
back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't get any closer to Batman.
That's true. That is so true.
Well,
I did get a new car this week, though.
Oh, did you? What did you get?
Well, it's new to me. It's 2016 Jeep Cherokee,
Ooh.
75th anniversary edition. The Edge that we had needed an engine and a catalytic converter, and they were like $12,000, please. We're like, fuck that. Let's get a new car, a new to us
sweet.
car. It's pretty sweet though. I quite enjoy it. I didn't
What made
really.
you Why did you get a Jeep? Why a Jeep?
We were deciding between like a new car or a pre-owned car, and we decided we didn't want to put out the cash for for something brand new yet.
Hold on,
I mean,
hold on
we
here,
will. But we wanted something that was newer and would run, and we test drove it, and I was like, I fucking love this. I didn't think I would, but it's pretty nice.
It's good for the weather.
It's 4-wheel drive.
Excellent.
Yes, and
That's what I was
it's
getting
not
at.
just all-wheel drive. Yeah, I can actually put it in 4-wheel, which helped on Wednesday when we had when we had a blizzard.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Or like when we have to drag like I don't know,
Yeah,
a body to the dump.
yeah, exactly. You know,
It's
for
good,
all
you
the
know,
things, it's got a good back area. where
make
you
sure
can
you
put
you
the
put
seats
plastic
down.
all around it.
Yeah.
When you put the seats down. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's great.
where you can chop up a body and it's like
Yeah.
feed them to the pigs.
Exactly.
You know what? Just do what was that from Tiger? What was it? The Tiger guy, where the
Tiger King.
Tiger King? Yeah, where the lady fed the husband allegedly. fed the
Carol
husband
Baskin.
Carol Baskin fed him to the tigers.
You feed them to the pigs. Fuck the tigers. You feed pigs.
Pigs
Bone.
eat it all. Well, that was in Hannibal. That was Silence of the Lambs. Didn't they do that in Hannibal?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, they did.
But it's famous from Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels. When,
Oh, that too.
when Bricktop says, you feed them to the pigs. He goes right through the bone, right?
Yep.
Everything, even the shoes. They eat everything. It's beautiful.
Really? I did
Pigs.
not know that.
Yeah, they have really strong jaws and they just get rid of everything. I know that because of true crime.
Yeah, it's because we
Did
do
not know
this.
there we go. And I'm loving the name here.
I can't believe people fuck with anyone with like people just fuck around and there's true crime people right here.
I know.
I know exactly what to do.
Yeah,
Exactly.
but AC, I'm loving your name there. Buster Cherries.
Whatever do you mean?
Cherry Poppin.
Cherry, you should be next week. You'd be Cherry Poppins.
Yeah,
Right,
exactly.
I know, right? I should change it to Cherry Poppins.
And then you can. Yeah, I'll let you make your own pun. Cherry Poppins is fucking good, you guys.
It's great.
Fucking good as fuck. It's one of the best ones. I can't believe I didn't fucking think of
I know.
it. Buster Cherry. That's right.
Yep.
I often play that when I play video games and I have to make a game, a name up on the fly. It's either like Enorma tits,
Yeah.
or like so many. Amanda,
Yes.
hug and kiss.
Yes. Anything from the macaque family.
Buster Cherry, yeah, the macaque family. Right. A lot of macaques. Ligon macaques,
Yep.
and sucker. Suka.
Suka macaques.
Yeah. It sounds like a fucking name, doesn't it? Suka macaques.
Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
good Lord.
Who started this? Not me.
Hey, you know what? It's fun to laugh.
How the fuck would I make this up when I do a podcast with two women, married women? Why would I ever do that? This is your doing.
I don't know what you're talking about. Me and Sam were just innocent, sitting here side by side. You're in the middle of the poppin' cherries.
You should right now. Well, one of us talk. You should definitely put that in your thing. You put Cherry Poppins.
Cherry Poppins. How do I do it?
We go to the banner and you update the banner under your name.
Yeah, just
Yeah. And while you do that,
Yes.
Rose, and you check out the technical parts of this application,
Yes, right.
we're going to talk about another
whew.
case that I, as a boy, I call these girl murders, right? Because they're also like dramatic, like art pieces almost, where it's like, Caylee Anthony, the people that we did last week, the Menendez brothers, even though it wasn't a woman, but like it's like a drama filled.
Oh yeah, it's I mean, changes at every turn. I mean, there's there's so much trauma.
So much trauma. So,
whoop, that's not the right color.
Purple. Fuck
Oh,
yeah. Yeah, you made it all purple. Amanda, hug and kiss.
Oh, you know why? It's not changing it on mine because mine is all dark screen. So
Yeah,
know
I
what
wish I
to
could
do.
do it. Can I do it for you? Let me see.
Yeah,
It's
we
worth
can.
it. Oh, I can.
oh, cool.
Edit name and headline. I got you, Rose. So sit back,
All
relax.
right. See, I'll sit back. I'll chill.
Yeah, a man is here to help.
That's right. That's right. I forgot. Forgot. AC's here to the rescue. Sorry, everybody.
Thank you
Oh,
so
good
much.
Lord.
Don't worry now. You can
Good
just
Lord.
relax. Everything's gonna be fine. You know,
Popping chairs over here.
Talk your stories. You know.
Honestly, it was kind of it was neat to revisit the Caylee Anthony story. I mean, I had young kids at the time when it happened. I really wasn't. I mean, I saw it. I saw the news and whatever. I don't think I followed it very close. Let's be real. In 2008, I wasn't following true crime as much as I do right now. I mean,
I'm guilty. I followed this thing to the T. I was like,
well,
and I was so pissed.
Well, Alex in 2008, when this all went down, was 4 years old. So you know, I had littles, and I probably wasn't into it. I mean, I'd catch it and be like, yeah, I think she's guilty, but to see kind of all of it now going back, and then the reason we're touching on this is she's now deciding to come out on social media, and that's kind of a big thing here. So she put it out on on TikTok that she wants to she's going to go to what is it, Substack or whatever, that she's advocating for groups that that need to be advocated for, she thinks, but I'm not sure they really want her advocating for them. So that's why we're kind of bringing it up, and the outrage on that. But it'll be interesting. I can't wait to hear all of our opinions once we get to like the trial and the verdict. So
I need a refresher on this stuff. On
absolutely.
Her. Even though I looked at it, but you always the people that follow it week to week, and that I just wouldn't do that. It's not something that's not a case that I would follow.
Right.
I follow the chopped up people and the burned the carcasses. They're a little darker. Like what's his name?
I don't know.
Dupus. Dumbass.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like that fascinates me because it's this almost seems like it's sadistic, but is he a serial killer? Well,
no, we don't have a serial killer, but I mean,
it's still true crime.
She's going through it. So kind of to start off, I was trying to I should find a timeline. So back in June 16th of 2008, Caylee Anthony had departed from her parents' home in Orlando, where she and her daughter Caylee resided. Her father later testified that he saw his granddaughter and Caylee leaving with his daughter. She told her mom that she was going to take Caylee to the nanny, who she identified as Zenaida. Called her Zanny Fernandez Gonzalez.
Say that again? I'm sorry. No, you can't butcher that and not bring that back. What'd you say?
So Zenaida or Zenaida Fernandez Gonzalez.
Fernandez Gonzalez.
Yes.
Zenaida Fernandez Gonzalez.
Okay. You can say it that way. We're lucky I actually could read it.
It was,
right?
It was impressive. I just wanted to know what it was.
I would have been the Z girl, the nanny who's a Z girl.
And it's all Spanish for you. You speak Spanish, and you would have still.
I would have still butchered it. It's all right.
Zenaida. Is that a cherry on your hat?
No, it's the Mexican flag.
Oh, okay. It looked like a cherry for a minute from over here.
Everything looks cherries for AC right now.
Did you see Sam's?
Cherry! Hold on, I love it.
Oh, cherry!
You know what's funny? My very first tattoo is a tribal. Looks like a thunderbolt with a cherry dripping.
How erotic! Oh my god!
So I know, and as I was getting this tattoo, I was 18 years old, and
I want that one, the one that's gonna
I did.
send my mom to the moon.
I want that one, and the whole reason my dad said he wasn't going to pay for college if I got a tattoo. Well, I dropped out of college and I got a tattoo. And I was like, I want that one.
I want the one that's like going to excommunicate me from my family.
Well, and then the guy goes, should I draw an X through that cherry? I'm like, no, that's why it's dripping, dude. Didn't you
Nah.
know?
That was so filthy that I dropped this. I got nervous. This is cherry. This is cherry. This is cherry
So-
bomb. This is cherry bomb because I'm obsessed with cherries. So
There you see, that's why he keeps popping those cherries.
no, I never said that. You always say that, and I have to. And now you know what? Now I'm gonna lean into it.
So all is well. Casey had later then told her mom they were going to go to Tampa for a work trip and take the nanny with the baby. A month goes by, 31 days go by, and they find Caylee Anthony's car in an impound lot. The parents get called, your daughter's car is in this impound lot, and they go and pick it up. And her dad was he retired police, I believe?
Yeah.
And
was
he
retired at
goes,
that time.
I smell a decaying body. So
oh
they
my
pop
god!
the trunk.
Imagine being adept at knowing that.
Well, yeah. And he goes, I've smelled this before. I know what I'm smelling. And they search through the car and they pop the
Best people.
trunk and they find a trash bag, but flies fly out of it, out of the car. They find this trash bag just with trash. But he goes, it wasn't decaying trash smell. It was definitely decaying body smell.
And they found paper rope, right? In the trash.
Not in the
Oh no,
car.
that was at our house.
So this is the first time anybody realizes that Caylee is missing. Nobody knew this before. She's been gone 31 days. Her mom, Casey's mom, then calls the police on July 15th of 2000.
Then
Well, she didn't know. Caylee had been away with the baby. They hadn't, so mom calls the police. They look at, they're like, hey, it smells like a decaying body. La da da da. Mom actually was like, hey, I think she's missing. Asked Casey about it, and mom initially called the cops and made Casey call the cops on the 16th of July to report her daughter missing after 31 days. What had happened, but all the while, so Casey had multiple stories. She said she knew where she was. The reason she hadn't said anything, she knew she was with the nanny, but the nanny wouldn't answer. But the nanny took her. She pretty much blamed the nanny for taking Caylee, but she hadn't called the cops yet. I don't know what mom wouldn't call the cops when their kid is missing, especially for 31 days. All the while, I mean, they kind of go back into what Casey had been doing. They found pictures of her at a nightclub dancing. She had worked there, but
Okay.
she had worked there, but she was dancing on did the hot body contest, which that's not something that happens anymore.
the hot body contest.
Yeah.
My
They used to do wet t-shirt contest here at our
Oh,
bar.
I remember that. Yeah. Used to buy
every
these,
Thursday nights.
where in Omaha?
Yeah.
Wet t-shirt contest.
Yeah.
I don't think you can do that today.
I don't think you can. My sister, fun fact, when she was
Your sister what?
When she was 18, won the Hawaiian Tropic. No, 17, won the Hawaiian Tropics body contest. She snuck in. She wasn't supposed to be there. They never carded her, and then they called her the next year to see if she was going to come back and defend her title. And my parents answered, and they're like, "What? She's not even old enough to be in there."
Oh,
we're gonna need that trophy back, sweetie, because that's evidence that you fucked up hard.
If there's no pictures, I don't believe it.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
Tanned, like the banana boat, fucking Hawaii.
She's like, oh shit, mom found out. I was like, oh no. Anyway, so she was going out to clubs. She was hanging out with friends. Yeah. She said she was going to work. She said she worked at Universal. After she had called and the cops were on it, they had reason to believe that she didn't actually work at Universal. So she was
Universal for the people at home.
Universal Studios, because they live in Orlando. Yes. Right. So she's like, oh, every day she'd be like, I'm going to work, and she'd wear her lanyard with her name badge. And so the cops went with her to Universal, and she's like, oh, I don't have my badge, but I work here. The security guy was like, no, you don't. But they talked, you're not in our system. And then she turned to the cops and goes, hey, I can show you my office. So she leads them down all these corridors, and finally where there's nothing left, she turns around and she goes and smiles at him and goes, I admit I lied. I don't work here. And they're like, what the fuck? So all the while they can't find her. They do arrest her because she's been lying to them, right? And she's in jail for quite a while. But as they question her, I mean, even
the mom thought she was guilty.
Well, yes, mom thought. I mean, mom called the cops on her.
Let me show you this. What's that?
What's what?
Her face. Is that her face?
Yeah, that's her face.
Yeah, that's her face.
What's
that was her face on trial. Like she was just. I mean, even Nancy Grace laid into her. Like, even Nancy Grace said.
Nancy Grace lays into her.
Nancy Grace.
Even though, like, one of the things they asked her, she was, found not guilty throughout the whole thing. They asked Nancy Grace, "Do you still think she is guilty?" And she said, "Absolutely, 100%."
Yeah.
And even the jury trial said that there wasn't enough evidence to find her guilty, but they do believe that she is guilty.
Do we believe that Nancy Grace is the ultimate?
No, but I do like how she this time around when I like Nancy Grace, so I really liked how she really laid into everything.
Gotcha. So would you say that now I understand a little bit? Do you say that you like do you agree with Nancy Grace more than you don't?
Who I do? I agree with Nancy Grace on a lot of things. Yeah,
a lot of things.
I like her. Yeah, no, I like her.
Got you. All right. Well,
I like her. Especially
I get it now. I get it now.
Especially now that she tried to be this big thing on TikTok and it didn't even work. Like, from my understanding now, she's completely banned from TikTok.
Well, here's the thing: Caylee Anthony never was going to do most of her work on TikTok. She went there to TikTok and other other platforms like Facebook, Insta, to announce that she's going to be on the other app, advocating for folks. So. So I don't know what good it's going to do to ban her from there because she's on a different app doing what she wants.
True, but it's not. At least it's not the one that 170 million people have.
Right, that's true.
Yeah,
I mean,
and let me share this with you. I'll share.
Yeah.
What did Dave say?
So this is it. Like Caylee Anthony,
TikTok
acquitted in daughter's death, says that she's now a legal advocate on TikTok. Legal advocate.
Wow.
Whatever that means.
I just still can't.
Dave just looked her up a little bit ago, he says.
Did he?
Yeah.
She's not been taken out from TikTok. I looked her up. Yeah, that's what the thing I just put up said. That she's still doing her thing. She's an advocate on TikTok.
Give me a second here.
At any rate.
Is she like how does she compare to Gypsy Rose? Is she like on the same level? Like
I think as far as
TMZ level,
yeah, I mean, she just kept lying and lying and lying. I mean, her parents kind of flip-flopped on, they were all working with the cops and then they wouldn't. I mean, it is their daughter. All this circumstantial evidence pointed to her in a way. There was a stain in her trunk. They found chloroform remnants in her trunk of her car. Again, the night that she went missing, Caylee was at the bar doing that hot body contest. Again, they arrested her with.
He says, I also found a pretty sweet OnlyFans, but I'm like 100% sure it's her. I'm gonna have to give her the research. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out too. I'll do that right now.
And by the way, I do want to apologize for anybody who was leaving messages last week on Facebook on Sam's channel. We weren't getting through and now it looks like it's coming through. So I do
Yeah,
want to
not
apologize
sure
about
what
that.
all that was about. Sometimes, things happen. It's a live show.
Yes. So here's Caylee Anthony right here on her TikTok right here. Let's see if I can get this to work.
Okay. Today is Saturday, March 1st, 2025. This is my first of probably many recordings on a series that I'm starting. I am a legal advocate. I am a researcher. I've been in the legal field since 2011. And in this capacity, I feel that it's necessary, if I'm going to continue to operate appropriately as a legal advocate, that I start to advocate for myself and also advocate for my daughter. For those of you who don't know, my name is Caylee Anthony.
Why in the hell is Casey White OJ Anthony on my screen talking about this is about to be the first of many?
Sorry.
Okay, this is the journal. This is the journalist we had to see. This is the journalist who's breaking the case right here. If you have any questions, you can. This lady right here is well versed.
Right here. Yeah.
White OJ.
We're sweat to death.
Sorry.
Let me tell you where I got my information.
I was like, I saw her, but I couldn't find her actual thing for some
here,
reason when I looked it up.
I found her actual thing. Allow me.
Did you? Okay.
Oh yeah, it's right here.
Awesome.
Right here.
Awesome.
There's your OnlyFans.
They
Right
did
there.
try to
Caylee Anthony. Hi, I'm Caylee Anthony, OnlyFans model. I don't know. Maybe not. Protected in U.S.
and remember 2011 is an important year because that's the year that she got
afraid to do that.
Well, yeah, after she got acquitted, she started working I think with her defense team in their offices. I if I remember correctly.
Oh, thank God I did that. Thank God I changed it back to because I went to go hit that link and it took me to not good. Yeah, that's not Caylee Anthony either. I have to play it. Oh, okay. Can't do that. All right. Jerkmate is free. Yeah, I know. I've heard. I've heard.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, I mean, I think that might be her. Yeah.
I don't know, but anyways,
it's important. I mean, if I have to get my news from that chick, I'm gonna find out if she's
there's that. Well, that was from TikTok. I mean, it's pretty big on TikTok. People are not happy, and the news channel 25 WPP tried to reach out to her, and she's not about her appearance and wanted to interview her, and they she did not do any of that. So she did not want to have anything to do with that. So I mean.
Well, even there was an actual
saddest Caylee Anthony and the saddest porn ever conceived of. Please let me, mommy, can I? Both my mommies, can I hit this?
Click it.
Oh gosh,
thank you.
Can you first do it without us on it in case something pops up that we're not?
I think that's just an article.
Oh no, it's yeah. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, that's just an article.
I'm like
yes. Let's look at the article.
Yeah. So the article says it's hard.
It's
hard to think of anything sadder than the Caylee Anthony case, the long, sordid saga of a mother who waited a month partying and getting tattooed before reporting a disappearance of her 2-year-old daughter, whose decomposing body was found months later due to lack of physical evidence. Let's see. And then here it says, hard to think of anything worse than that, everything I just said. And then due to lack of physical evidence, Anthony was acquitted of the murder charges yesterday. This is 2011, leaving everyone who followed the case at least a little heartbroken. But don't stop being sad yet, world, because the shit just got even sadder. Within hours of the verdict, Vivid Entertainment Chairman Steve Hirsch called up Anthony's lawyer to offer her a job as a porn star. We've all seen the pictures of her partying and having a good time with friends, and she definitely looks hot, said Hirsch, a fucking pervert. But while there's nothing we're confident more than that, it's so depressing that the prospect of the worst human being in recent memory, whether she really murdered her daughter or not, is incredibly awful. Having sex for legions of anonymous perverts is not as if the offer wasn't without precedent. Here's a look at some of the saddest porns. Okay, so
Oh,
She
good
didn't
Lord.
do it, but she got the job. And then they go into like a history of like, oh, Tanya Harding had a porn.
Yeah, she
That
did.
was sad. And then Carrie Prejean, I don't know who that is. Paula Jones. The Paula Jones of Bill Clinton bitch.
Yeah.
Damn. Tanya Harding. I'm sorry. I'm like, okay, those are the saddest porns in history. I had to see it. And then
I mean, yeah.
the Tanya Harding sex tape. Watch it here. And then the Octomom fetish video.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah, I remember that one. She's back in the news too.
Is she? Is she?
Yeah, she's back.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Well, just so you know, when you talk about her again and you see her being talked about, know that she did a sex tape. And not only that, a fetish one.
I don't want to know.
Of extreme. No, you have to know that now.
No.
Buster
I
Cherry.
mean-
Cherry's busted. Right?
Hey, busted
So now
my
you have to
cherry
know
again.
it. So every time you think of her, remember that she had like a weird tentacle video because she had 8 kids. So
Oh god. Well,
Mhm.
more than 8 because she had 6 prior to those 8.
How much is that? I don't even know. 14.
Yeah.
Elon Musk has 13 with 13 different mamas.
So oh god. So, I'm going to share you guys with this video of one of our favorite people. We've had them on our podcast too before. I know you guys remember.
Oh, sorry.
Oh.
Put it back up there. I clicked the button.
You
Sorry.
just push
If
the
you guys
button.
want, I'm gonna while we talk, I'm gonna start a Patreon. And if you guys want, I'm gonna be watching the Caylee Anthony OnlyFans porn afterwards. It's only gonna be $25.
I know you guys remember this face. It's one of our favorites that we've had on our show.
Alma.
Alma
Yeah.
Rose.
And there she is, Nancy Grace. I fucking hate every. Let me tell you something about that lady. Her and Janine Pirro should fucking eat each other out.
I have been waiting for her to come back. We all know that back in the days, Nancy Grace had Caylee Anthony in a chokehold, and she would not let go. And she came back and did exactly the same thing she's been doing. She gave the details that hurt my heart to give, honestly. But it's good for people to know. It's good for the younger generation to know. It's good for people to remember the reason why we don't like Caylee Anthony so much. And I'm not going to say the word because I don't want to get my video to get taken down. And somebody in the comments said Nancy Grace versus Caylee Anthony. It's like Batman versus Joker. And it's completely true. Now, yesterday, the judge that overlooked the criminal case came out. He talked to TMC and he said, yes, Caylee was acquitted. But that doesn't mean that the juror bought what Caylee Anthony was saying back then. So in other words, they found her not guilty, but that doesn't mean they found her innocent. And he does give a lot of the credit to her lawyers back then, Baez and Mason. And I mean, what they did is they pretty much littered the case as much as reasonable
Rose?
doubt as
Yes.
Can you turn Alma Rose up a little bit because we're having, or Dave just let us know that, or let me know.
Turn up a little bit. But I will say this: fine, whoever's acquitted, they didn't find you innocent. They just didn't find you not guilty. However, you enjoy everything that a free person does. You know what I mean? So it's the same fucking thing. The outcome is the same. You can paint it however you want, but the person still gets to walk free. Only one thing makes you not walk free, which is that one thing.
Right.
So I don't know.
Let me know if this works better.
Sure.
I do love is that there's a lot of division right now. But
Turn it up.
one thing we can all agree in is that Caylee Anthony does not deserve a platform. Caylee Anthony is guilty. Justice for Caylee Anthony. And that is one thing that just puts all of us together. And I'm glad we can actually agree on something. But what do you guys think about, Nancy Grace and Judge Perry coming out? Let's talk about it in the comments. So why is Caylee Anthony on TikTok? And I think that's one thing we all want to know. The real reason is money. So Caylee, and it's in Caylee Anthony.
Everybody's on TikTok for money.
If you notice, it's Caylee Anthony Substack. What's Substack?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know what it was either. It's a subscription-based platform that lets writers publish, newsletters, podcasts, videos directly to an audience, and you can make money off of it. So, for example, as of Monday, March 3rd, Caylee Anthony had over 700 subscribers on Substack.
Mm-hmm.
And what does it cost? It's $10 a month or $100 a year. And
Jesus.
what she wants to do is just offer people legal advice, which she's not a lawyer. So I'm not understanding why people want to do this. I think, honestly, some of the people are doing it just to be able to talk to her directly.
Yeah, the same people who just want to date fucking Wade Wilson.
Happened back in 2011. She didn't even have her GED. And she's really big to say that she's been working in the legal industry since 2011. That's when she was, when she faced trial for unaliving Caylee Anthony. But do I think she's gonna come to TikTok? You know what? I really don't think she's gonna come to TikTok because she's been in the public eye, but she's never really connected with the public. And the fact that she has her comments off means that she doesn't want to hear what people have to say about her. And if she's posting on TikTok, we're gonna keep talking. Honestly, we're gonna keep talking, and we're gonna keep throwing in her face that because of her, Caylee Anthony is not here. So what do you guys think? Would you guys subscribe to her Substack? Let's talk about it in the comments.
I would
So why
subscribe
is
to
Casey?
First of all, your fucking lipstick is on point.
Yes.
Let's put that out there.
Yeah.
The lipstick is fucking killing it, Alma.
We love Alma. Alma's awesome.
Yes.
But those are questions that have answers already. The same people who love Wade Wilson, who knows he's never going to get out. He has tattoos over his face, and he's got the death penalty, but they still marry him for whatever reason. So we know why people join Substack, and everybody joins TikTok for money. Every single person. It's 170 million chances to make money. It's incredible. And if you are anyone, that's why I said like the Menendez brothers, they would be dumb not to do that. They just get on TikTok live, make a couple $1,000, like a lot of $1,000, like I don't know. I get it, Alma. Breaking news, but I also
again, we are in a country that has free speech. She's allowed.
There's been a lot of hate right now on it.
But that's
I don't
free
think I've
speech.
seen.
It is still free speech, though.
Yeah,
I mean,
you gotta let them.
we're
say
able to
everybody can say
do
anything.
this because of free speech. We are
And
not.
if the world is just,
censored.
like they'll do what they're doing. They like attack her, and hopefully there's more people that attack and that works than defend. But that's the court we live in.
Well, she's turned off her comments on TikTok, so you can't leave a comment on her thing.
So what does that say?
Exactly.
She didn't want to hear it.
She doesn't
But
want
she
to
wants
hear it,
money. They still send money.
which is crazy to me.
Just because we wouldn't. There's millions of people who are just like they would give us a gift for us talking bullshit.
Right.
Remember, we used to do it all the time, and people are like, "We're like a rose for us. That's like 5 cents. Thank you so much." And then like now, 50 million people are doing that because.
Hey, I got my first Galaxy the other day.
The old chick that remembers her, like the old chick who just like extra money in her, she got a good pension, so she's like, I'll send her $20. I like her. Some people are just like, I just want to keep this drama going. If I give her $10, chances are she's gonna be able to come back tomorrow, and this is a shit show, and I want to see it.
Well, and to be honest, I mean, people like us, people like Alma, all the people who are, stitching, putting themselves and reacting to her initial, here's what I'm going to do. I mean, that is, what do they say? There's no good, there's no bad.
There's no bad publicity.
Yeah, because, at least people are talking. It's just like Gypsy Rose. I mean, very much like that. I mean, now she's been kind of out of the limelight for a while, but she probably was like, "Oh fuck, I'm gonna capitalize on this too."
How much is her OnlyFans? I'm gonna have to do some, reinvest in our business.
Yeah.
We do have an LLC. I can write this off.
Right.
So let's see. Sensitive content. Okay, so take me back there to this. Oh shit. Is this a different Casey?
His face goes, "Oh shit."
Is this a different Casey? $6.99.
You know what I think through the whole thing that pissed me out through the whole trial watching it is how she was smirking and laughing through the whole thing and just kind of like.
I knew that was coming.
Well, it was interesting to me how and I say that too much, but the defense, most courtrooms have tables facing the judge. The defense went in and said, "Hey, we want our table facing the jury. We want the jury to see Casey. We want." Then they put her
see her asshole face.
Well, no, but they dressed her not like she would normally dress. They dressed her very
conservatively.
Very conservatively, collared shirts, hair back in a bun. They put her in a chair that was lower, so she looked very small, and you looked at her and you're like, "Oh, maybe she didn't do it." You know what I mean? And then the fucking defense, she had Jose Baez was her defense attorney, and she had heard about him in jail, and she's like, "Well, I've heard he's good. Honestly, he was underestimated. They thought he didn't have enough trial experience, and he came out fucking
swanging.
He did. They threw her dad under the bus. They it was
'Cause
insane.
didn't she say allegedly that he had abused her?
The one of the very first things that Jose said was his biggest defense was that well, first, the reason she wasn't worried about where her daughter was is because she drowned, and then her dad helped her cover it up. That's the first thing. And then he goes, Casey's always had to lie because her dad SA'd her whole life.
Did
And
he?
so, and he didn't.
He
No,
didn't. He
Oh,
lied.
he did not.
he did
He
not.
did not.
Oh,
He did not. But the defense attorney said, this is why. This is, and he was very crass. And he said, she had to, at 13, this girl had to have her dad's penis in her mouth in the morning and then go to school and play with her friends and lie about what had happened earlier that day. And
that was all a lie.
And
she
that
would
was all a
lie
lie.
that she would lie that her dad's penis was in her mouth.
Well, she would, would make up things. Her dad was fine, whatever.
Mm.
So basically, because when they found the body, there were things that were from the Anthony home. They all kind of lived in the same area, like same house and all. They were like, well, it could have been the dad. And then they went back into the recesses of when they have pets that pass, he would put them in a garbage bag, and he would duct tape the garbage bag. Well, they think, he would have done the same thing he did with the dogs to his granddaughter. Well, why wouldn't you fucking call the cops if your kid drowned, for one?
So much.
Why would you cover it up? Why wouldn't you be sad? Why would you be in the club the day it happened? You know what I mean? But because
and
Dave and I were talking about this. I mean, the prosecution said we're going for murder in the first degree, but they gave no other options with the death penalty. So the jurors were like, you know what? You didn't give me enough to give murder in the first with the death penalty. I have to acquit. You've given me nothing else. They didn't do second degree. They didn't do manslaughter. There was nothing else to fall back on. If you give them one choice, of course they had to acquit. So
I want to erase her. I wish this was an eraser on the end of my thing. I want to erase her face. Like, she's horrible.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What a horrible person. Well, who thought that was a good idea for her to
I don't know.
If I were her lawyer, I'd be like, you got to chill with the face, babe. You're going to lose. Yeah. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Marie. Oh, look at that. Warren, Ohio.
And she just had this smirk, even in this picture, she wasn't like, I just wanted to smack her in this picture.
What's wrong with her? Okay, well, here this is where,
look,
we like this picture.
Look, the tuxedo no.
I mean,
well, now we're talking about what she's wearing. But I'm talking
2008.
Looking at her face, though. She's really remorseful here. This is what you want.
Oh, yeah. Really remote. Sure.
She's not there?
No. I think all that was fake.
No.
I think.
You think that was crocodile tears? Oh.
Yeah, I do.
You don't think people can kill and also be remorseful?
Look at the police officer in the back.
Perjured herself on stand. And they didn't go after
her. Go back up, AC, and look at the police officer in the back. Look at him checking her.
Looking at her ass, yeah. Looking at her. Bro, her ass is nice in those beige jeans.
Oh, sorry. I just had to point that out right then and there.
In December 2008, the remains of Caylee were found in a wooded area near the park of the massive investigation. And then she was wrapped in a blanket, like we said. And then circumstances are even more unfortunate because what made the Caylee Anthony case even worse is that more suspects' mother had not reported her missing at any point. Instead, it was Caylee's maternal grandmother who reported her missing in 2008. Mm-hmm. I'm understanding a little bit more. You remember these? These are. We were talking beforehand. Was it beforehand, or were we alive when I was saying this is kind of like a TMZ?
Oh yeah, no, we were live. It was the beginning.
Yeah, it was like a TMZ kind of murder.
It's funny, Cindy Anthony, Casey's mom, was, again, the first one to call the cops on her. She was like, baby's missing.
Your grandmother.
We need to figure out what happened. But she would flip-flop, it's my daughter, it's my grandbaby, I think, she did call and say, I think, and she had her suspicions that it was her daughter. However, on the stand, when they said, because both her and her father, Cindy and George Anthony, Casey's parents, went to the car, and they said, when you called the cops about the car, you said you smelled human remains. Did you do that? And she goes, no, I think it was just trash. I think it was just the trash. And so she perjured herself
Wow.
from her
Okay.
initial things
Mhm.
because she didn't, I mean, it's her daughter. You know
Right,
what I
of course.
mean?
Right. Well, but we've talked about that a couple weeks ago. We talked
Again,
about her daughter, and then, like, Rose would give her a daughter in a second.
I
So
would
you.
too.
I would have said nope.
And
she
she
died.
initially did, but she was kind of flip-flopping. And they even asked her, I think she was on Larry King. They were on Larry King quite a bit. But somebody had called in and asked the question, if she is, if she's found guilty, will you still, be in her life knowing that she did this to your granddaughter? And her dad goes, I will not talk to her. And
This is in high school, Dad. Like, yeah, I won't talk to her anymore.
well, meaning I will cut her out. This is wrong.
Absolutely.
And
Yeah,
her mom
rot in
goes,
jail.
regardless, I will be upset, but she's my daughter. I'll always love her, and that's how I would be. We've
Right, 'cause
talked about that
we had
too.
we had that argument like
Yeah,
10 weeks ago where
Yeah.
it was like, yeah,
you're-
but I love him, but like he whooped my ass. He's an asshole, but he's in jail. He killed people, but I love him. And I was like, well, all those things would equal for me not to love him.
well, if it's my child, I can not like what they do and say you need to be in jail and you probably deserve, whatever they give you, but I still love you. You're my child.
Right. I can't speak about the
Yeah.
child part. We're
Right.
talking like dad. I can relate to dad. I
Right.
can't do child. I don't have one. So I can't
So,
speak on that. But you know what I'm saying?
Right. No, I get that.
Of course, child could be totally different. I wouldn't know what that is. I've been told that I don't know what love is because I don't have a child. So
I mean, that's bullshit. I mean,
Yeah. No,
you have
No, I don't-
dogs. I'm joking, but you have fur babies.
Get Sabrina,
know what
get
love
Sabrina on the
is.
phone right now. Get Alex on the phone right now.
No, I'm fucking around. But no, but the point is her mom was like, no, I won't be happy with it and I'll be devastated.
But I'll still love her.
I still love my daughter and
But
she's my family. I can't cut her out of my life.
There's so many levels to it though. There's so many levels to love. It's not so binary where it's like, well, I'll love her or not love her. No, talk to her or not talk to her. Things can change. There's like you can believe both things and still, there's just a huge spectrum. Like you can love them a whole lot, like more than yourself, and adore them, but like never want to talk to them again. I would imagine there's that combination, and there's a combination of like
you can hold the boundary too. I mean, if I've often said if just because somebody's family, if they're treating you bad, doesn't mean you have to take. You have to take it. Nothing says that has to happen,
Right.
but it doesn't mean like I had a family member that just kind of always talked shit and went against what I did and couldn't get past the person I was when I was 20 and 21, which I'm not the same person. And then they just always treated me bad. And then I stopped talking to them for a while. And my mom said, well, why? I'm like, and I said, well, if this was a friend, you'd tell me not to be their friend anymore.
Right. Exactly.
So just because that, but it doesn't mean I didn't care for this person,
So that's what I was going to say.
I held a boundary.
I held my tongue.
Mean?
I held my tongue there. It's like, but according to you, you love them still. Like you have,
yeah,
automatically. Like, is there anything they can do for you not to love them?
No, I mean, I may not like them or what they do, but I will always have that love for them. Yes.
No, you always love them. It's just you might not like their actions that they did.
Well, what if he killed your son? You still love him?
I would still love him, but it doesn't mean I like the actions that they did or any of that.
You would still love him.
Oh, here's my beautiful daughter. Hey there, Selena. Yeah, I mean, it's when it's your child, it's an unconditional love you have. I don't think you could ever hate a child for anything. I don't know. I mean,
again,
I don't know.
It's about the boundary that you hold, I believe.
Again, you would send your kid to jail immediately.
Yeah, I would.
But
absolutely.
you wouldn't dislike him.
No,
I mean,
we would still love them.
Yeah.
I need a better definition of love them. Like it just seems like a blanket, like that everyone just gets it because you have my last name.
No,
you don't have to earn it. You already get it. You have it. And there's really nothing you can do to get rid of it, because I feel like since you were born with my last name and in my proximity, that you deserve some kind of an extra, like, you know what I'm saying? Unconditional, like, I don't, to me, that
I think
doesn't.
it's a lot different, and I don't mean to be like this, but I think it's a lot different for moms as opposed to dads.
No, I'm just talking about family members. You said
Okay.
you were talking about family members.
No, yeah, and family members, yeah, and not because we were born or we had the same last name or whatever. There's been a foundation of growing up together, you being in my life, whatever. I've loved you this whole time, but I don't have to like your actions or put up with them. You know what I mean? I still care for you, and I still, if you were to die, I'd be sad, and I don't want any ill will on you. But I can still hold that boundary of, and I say that I've said that
Is there
too many
anything?
times,
Is there anything that someone in your family can do to you for you to have ill will against them?
I mean, ill will and love are two different things. I could not like you and whatever, but I could still hold that love for the person that
You were.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the notion of a person. It's not really a person.
But you still love that person.
The
But
notion. That person's not there anymore. That person is now like a freakish killer, or like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not here to argue. I just want to like.
No, I know.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't compute for me, because love to me and trust and all that is earned. I don't care if your last name is my last name or you know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck who you are. If you disrespect or kill or like do something out of malice, like there's nothing like that. That's when the love dies. That's actually the I want that to be your penance. I want you to think about that. When you go to jail, like people stop loving you because you did this. You know what I mean? Like I think that's part of it. Part of it is of the loss is like him not sitting in jail going, well, at least my family still cares about me. It's like, no, fucker, actually you killed someone that we all love too. And no, we don't love you. You know what I mean? Like that's the way I would work through it. But I'm not a healthy individual in my mind.
I don't know. I think it's different for everyone, and
Sure.
how I am is that.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
And not everybody is like me, and I probably give people too many chances
Roses.
and all the things.
Rose is like you.
We're similar.
Yeah,
Very
we're
similar.
similar.
Yeah.
Except when somebody fucks up, she's going to jail. Like kid, like son, doesn't matter. Selena fucks up, she's going to jail. Everybody jail.
Well, yeah. I mean, if she's done something wrong, absolutely. I'm pretty sure if I've done
She's
something
not going to
wrong,
cover for you,
she would.
Selena. Don't fuck up. She's not going to cover for you. She's going to call the cops and be like, yo, she's here.
I'm pretty sure she would do
Okay.
the same thing for me. If I did something wrong, she'd probably rat my ass out too.
Would
I
you?
mean,
Yeah.
Selena, put in the chat if you would help your mother escape jail or a lengthy prison sentence.
I'm pretty sure she would be like, if my mom did, she's going, and then she'd probably be
Unless
be
it's
sitting where I'm
vigilante
at.
shit, you know what I mean?
Selena,
Where
what if
the person
it was
deserve what they got?
it was two people that didn't even like, she killed someone, but it was a mistake, and like, it didn't really know her. Like, are you really gonna go through with it? Like, selling me out to the cops? Come on, nobody knows, and we could get away with it. Let us know in the chat. Let us know in the chat if you're willing to aid and abet a killer. Hell no, calling the cops on her.
She would. She would. I mean, she knows. If I did something wrong, I'm pretty sure she'd probably be the first one to call.
Define wrong. Define wrong.
She'd be the first one to probably put it on the news, and
But
she would be on here going.
But wait, what does wrong mean? Wrong means like a parking ticket, or wrong means like killing someone?
I think killing someone.
Yeah, is that the line? Murder?
Yeah.
Okay.
What if you went on a string of robberies?
Yeah, good one. What if you just like lost your mind and you were like
You went
Bonnie
on
and Clyde,
Ocean's 11 on, and, like just a string of robberies.
and you come back like Tony Montana and throw fucking money at Selena, like shut the fuck up, Maybe this will shut you up.
I mean, would you think that your wife or your husband? I mean, I don't know. Oh,
Would I cover for my?
My mom would call cops
I
on
don't
me.
think so. I don't want to live like this my entire life. My mom would call the cops on me. That's not the question. I know that. Everybody knows that your mom will call the cops on you. Would you call the cops on your mom? And is it murder, or would you do something?
Yeah, what's the line that we draw?
Bank robbery, armed robbery, sexual assault. Where's the line?
Yep. Well, I think
And-
SA would be.
And let's open
something
it up
that
to
anybody
everyone.
would. Yeah. What's the line?
She will say that's fine if I get her an LV bag. Wow. A Louis Vuitton is what it costs? God bless. Bribery is easy as fuck. And it's right here. Cops.
Oh, did she say all three of those?
Damn. All three of them. Yeah, she's waiting for you to fuck up. She's watching you like a hawk. She
Right?
wants you to, like, I will
Like-
call the fucking cops, mom.
I'm pretty sure she would. I mean, maybe
It
she.
sounds like fun to be in your family.
Yeah, it is. We've sometimes we have little jokes and stuff. I'll be like,
Don't
"Should
do
this, should
anything.
you
I'll
do that?"
the
Well,
detective's
she
right
knows.
outside.
I mean, even when she was in school, I watched her like a hawk. Like I was like, even when she would ditch, so they would call me and they'd be like, "Oh, your daughter's leaving campus through here." So I'd be on the other side of my car, and she would pop up on the other side of the alley, and I'd be like, "Where are you going? What you doing over here?"
What's up? It's me, Cherry Poppins. I'm here to get you.
School watched them that close. Shit.
Not for me. I don't run, so the cops won't catch me. Damn. Okay. Yeah, just lay the fuck on the ground. I do it. Yeah, you do a TikTok live just like that. It'd be like police brutality. Oh yeah. Damn.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Everybody, no one's covering for anybody. Just don't do any fucking crimes in this family. Nobody's covering. I'm wanted Panera. I wanted that damn a Panera fucking half sandwich and a soup would be nice right now. So thank you so much. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. That fucking tomato soup is out of control. Anyway, Caylee Anthony has an
Yeah.
It's $10 a month. It's $10 a month. And why is she popular again? Why do you like? They actually did an article about it and how are the true crime community like us? We're back at it because it says that after informing the police of false leads, one of which was Caylee had been kidnapped by a fictional nanny, Casey was arrested. She was charged with first-degree murder, along with the other charges that included aggravated manslaughter and child abuse, like Sam said. And then the prosecution argued that Caylee Anthony intentionally killed her daughter, while the defense claimed that Caylee had accidentally drowned in the family swimming pool. So they couldn't get their shit together, right?
So they said, "Welcome. Now send me one."
What's that? Whoa, hold on. You get this for everybody. Those comments are for everybody. Chill. Jeez. Welcome. Now send me one. Hell yeah. I'll give you a gift card for Panera. That'll be your sponsored podcast gift for the year.
There you go.
And then let's see. And then the trial, which began in 2011, gained the attention of a number of unfounded claims by the Caylee parents group. So they muddied the water, right? And then Caylee Anthony's defense put forth a very controversial case, focusing on the doubts that the prosecution's evidence and offering an alternative explanation for Caylee's death. Proceedings had the jury acquitted Caylee of first-degree murder, so she didn't get that. And I'm trying to get a recap here for my own sake, because I feel like there's a lot of things that we talked about. For many keeping up with the case, the results were more than unsatisfactory, so people were not happy. Did they do a DNA test on Caylee? Yes, they did. And her skeletal remains were found in 2008. DNA analysis matched the remains to the Caylee Anthony and her mother. While
And
the
then
DNA,
they found her in like up on a tree or something, right?
Not
Like
up in a tree, but in like a wooded area. And what's crazy is there was a worker on like a utility worker who in August called 3 times to say, "Hey, I've seen something as I've been up on the on the poles to work on the lines. I think you guys need to check this out." And the very first time they sent a deputy, and the deputy just didn't bother to go, traipsing through the wilderness, and they they just kind of never went and looked. Had they have gone in August, there might have been more to her. I mean, because they reported her missing in July. And she actually went missing in June. But there might have been more remains there to test and actually get an actual cause of death. The coroner full on says, "Listen, this was homicide. I believe it was probably, there was duct tape around the little face, you know what I mean? But there was nothing when they found her in December. I mean, there was some hair on the duct tape, but there was no flesh. They couldn't test her blood. There was no bone marrow left. I mean, everything she had
right. And that's what the disservice that they did to her was waiting the whole month. That's bullshit. It's fucked up. You know?
Well, and had they have gone in August and found the body, initially when they were searching, there was an equestrian or a group that went out to look, and they said there had been like
an equestrian, horses,
like Texas. It's a Texas
Rangers.
Texas, like Equius or something like that. Basically, they're a group that will parachute into a place to look for a body or a person.
Oh.
They do parachutes. They bring in 4-wheelers. They bring in horses. They do all the things.
The things.
But they had gone close to that area, but it had just stormed and there was like a foot of water, and it would have been dangerous for them to go in there. And they thought about going back, but never did. And it kind of stemmed to. Everybody thought the other person was looking in that exact place because it was only like 15 houses from the Anthony's house.
Yeah.
And so everybody thought they looked there, but nobody did. And then they get this call from this gentleman who's been up on these lines. He goes, "I've seen it," and nothing happens. He goes, he called them like 3 times in August to say, listen. Finally, he called them again in December saying, it's still there. You need to look.
It fucking like, can you imagine cooking in July, cooking in August? Like,
yeah.
it's cooking.
In Florida. I mean,
I can tell you firsthand, it's disgusting.
Right. I mean, that was a disservice that
was
did.
A disservice, big time. Decomposed. Like the evidence died right there. So
yeah.
And then the final thing I wanted to say was why. So the question is why we ask each other, like why she has a TikTok and all that shit. Why is Caylee Anthony famous? This is from 2025. Mm-hmm. Despite the controversial acquittal, Casey's life has gone on. After being in prison for about 3 years, awaiting her case verdict, she was released in 2011. Although her reputation was severely damaged, she became something of a true crime celebrity. Not more than Gypsy Rose for some reason. And
that's because this happened back in 2011.
Exactly.
This
she just missed her window.
Yeah, yes.
She missed.
That's why she's bringing it up now.
yeah. She's salty because it taking this long. Following the trial, she largely disappeared from public eye. Although in 2021, she made headlines again when the release of the documentary series Caylee Anthony, An American Murder Mystery. This project follows her as she reflects on her life and the trial. So I guess it's through her own words. The passage of time. Caylee Anthony's name remains synonymous with the most sensational murder investigations of her time. And more recently, she's been making waves online after joining TikTok in a bizarre announcement. She claims that she is a legal advocate and has become one since 2011. So let me just get that because you said that earlier. And by the way, this is a really fun look. I like this look.
I do too.
I like it too. Just because you get arrested doesn't mean you have been working in the legal field for 15 years. That doesn't work like that. Like if you work at like a janitor at a law firm, you haven't been practicing law for 15 years,
Well,
doesn't make any sense.
Since 2011, she's been a legal advocate. So
no, she said Alma said it. Alma said that she's like been working in the legal field since 2011. No, you were fucking charged with fucking murder. You were working in the legal field. Just because all your teeth fell out doesn't make you a dentist.
According to a lot of these people, I guess it does.
Holy crap. And there's your Nancy Grace right there. Money grabs is Nancy Grace. Mm-hmm. Obviously, Nancy, join us in the future. Yes, of course it's a money grab. Everything's a money grab. It's TikTok. It's a place where people come to drop money. You can make thousands of dollars, just by standing there. You don't have to say anything. It's amazing.
It's amazing.
Great scoop, Nancy. You're on top of
it. What amazes me is that I wonder if she thought that she was going to get more. Like, I know she had to know she was going to get the attention, but I wonder.
Well, you got to turn your comments on. If you turn your comments on, you get attention.
I'm wondering if she thought she was going to get a positive outlook out of this. Like, do you think she thought this was going to be a positive thing, or did she really think that people were going
It
to?
doesn't matter. The big mistake she made was turning her comments off, because that drives engagement, and that
drives the algorithm.
That drives the
More people see
algorithm.
it, yeah.
And people fighting and going, no, she's great. No, she's but it's been so long, but she looked like an asshole. Like
They acquitted her.
Yeah, and all that. That's the engagement you want. She just couldn't take it. Her thin skin didn't let her see the bad comments.
I need her to write a book if I did it like OJ did.
She did a documentary through her own words.
I know.
But yeah, she should. Yeah. What if I would have killed my daughter and waited a month?
This is what would have happened.
Wait. Oh, why did I do that? Look.
Well, they did call her case the OJ trial of this century.
Oh, really?
It's true. She's thought of was one of like.
I said it was very much like OJ.
Yeah.
Where
they called her White OJ.
Yeah.
Your girl called her White OJ.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys want to hear this?
I do want to just grab a brush to her hair. Just want to point that out.
It looks like she's wearing a helmet. It looks like Magneto.
Yeah.
It's rough. It's rough.
Rough.
Let's see. Can we hear this? There we go.
I agree with trial judge Belvin Perry.
Wait, is it? Am I having a bad night internet wise?
Yeah.
It's choppy.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll send it to you. This is fucking bullshit. All right, just keep talking. We don't have to listen.
Yeah.
Go for it.
I have a clip of it from TMZ.
Okay.
Hold on, let me pull
Here
it
you
up here.
I'll give it to you here. What's Lena say? I have Apple Pay, Venmo. Nice.
For you to send it to, so you can send.
I can't send you a Panera gift card. I'm not gonna send you cash because then I can't prove that you're eating Panera.
Mm-hmm.
So, sorry. But for your diligent patronage of this show, we'll definitely send you a $5 Panera gift card.
We should at least send her enough for the
your hibiscus tea is on us.
Right. All right, here we go.
But it's funny that you mentioned Panera. I've been really craving that soup. Yeah, and I've also been craving Boston Market, but they don't exist anymore.
I know. They were pretty great.
Look at her dumbass face. Look.
She looks high there.
She looks.
Oh, God.
She looks like she kills babies.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm going to share the screen here. Real quick. There we go.
Aren't you sharing?
I mean, but also kind of like the kind of. I can see why people would want to wed her in prison. Come on, Nancy Grace.
Legal advocate, my rear end. She says she's been in the legal field since 2011 when she was tried for murder.
Right.
That's her exposure to the justice system. I agree with trial judge Belvin Perry. This is just a money grab.
Yeah.
She needs money.
Who doesn't?
So what does she do? Come try to get money out of your pocket. And guess what? Thousands of idiots have already
Not my pocket, Nancy.
signed up to hear Tot Mom talk about her legal expertise, which, by the way, FYI, Tot Mom, that's against the law to pretend you're a lawyer and give legal advice if that's what you're planning to do.
But don't tell her not to. You
it,
hate her. That way she'll
not
do it.
much. You know what? Why isn't she seeking justice for Caylee? I'm curious to find out what expertise, what legal advice Tot Mom has to offer. But I'm curious in a way that when I go to the zoo and I'm in the snake house, I look at the poisonous snake.
I'm in the zoo.
That's about as close as I'm going to get.
Oh,
so
God.
I will not be subscribing to Tot Mom's.
We know,
Substack.
Nancy. We
For
know.
those of you that are
Your producer is, so they can see what's going on.
advice from Tot Mom Caylee Anthony, I advise you to go put your money in a savings account.
In a high yield CD.
Please don't do this
Yeah.
because
Brokerage
I
account.
know many people think it's laughable. I don't. Every time
Nancy. This in and of itself is
someone
laughable.
gives Tot Mom 1 penny,
Penny.
they are voting not guilty. A lot of focus right now is being placed on Tot Mom Caylee Anthony, who is a freeloader,
Hates her
and
so
more.
much.
But my focus is still on Caylee because Caylee
Yeah.
was
What are you even
murdered,
saying? What's Caylee?
and she was
It's
thrown.
Caylee.
This little girl that
Caylee.
just
It's so
turned
easy to
3
say.
was bagged in trash bags from the Anthony home with one of her favorite blankets inside and thrown into a swampy area just 10 houses down from the Anthony home.
She was 50.
This woman is
When her
uniquely
body was
equipped to be able
found,
to
she was
gaslight.
covered in
boomers.
flies and maggots
Yes.
and decomposed. Duct tape had been wrapped all around her skull, including her face, the front of her face, mouth, and
Get
nose.
mad. Get
With a
mad.
heart sticker placed
Everybody at
on
home
it.
get mad.
That's my focus. So
You're
all the
driving people to
attention about
TikTok.
Tot
You
Mom
think you just-
finally getting a job.
You're driving
So-
people to take. That's the
so
problem.
here's
Nancy.
the thing.
Like she's doing that. Like she's
I know.
she's literally telling people like, oh, she's gonna have one. Fuck you, Nancy Grace. I'm gonna go watch this. Like nobody. Only.
Well,
certain
remember
amount of
this was
people-
from TMZ, so it wasn't Nancy's Grace. This was her. This is
That's
from
Nancy.
TMZ.
That was Nancy Grace's show.
Right.
Yeah, well-
and here's the thing, though. I mean, what legal advice can Caylee Anthony give you? How to get acquitted?
Yeah.
How to get away with
Show me
murder.
How to get away with fucking murder.
Yeah.
Clearly, yeah.
That's the legal advice she can give you.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
I mean,
there's a certain sect of
she'd be like,
people who are
okay,
going to see Nancy
so you
Grace.
did it?
Some people are
Okay,
going to see
let me tell
Nancy.
you.
Yeah, of course. Some people are going to see Nancy and be like, "Oh, I agree." Fuck. And the more she like, she tells you about how the baby was all that, then it fires you up. You get gaslit because there's a certain level of people who just gaslit. Other people are going to be like, "I got to watch this train wreck right now, right now."
Do you guys want to
I
watch?
think that's really gaslighting, though. I
Of
mean,
course, you're on TikTok. You're on TikTok. Who do you think is watching you? Everyone. Some people are going to be like mortified and talk about like how I would never give $1, and then other people are going to be like, I have $5. I have $5. This is going to be great.
I need to see more.
I need to say more of it.
Honestly, that's not even enough to get a tea.
Fine. All right. Fine. All right.
Do you guys want to see the?
We'll come up with something fair between. We'll pool our money and see what we can come up
Yeah,
with.
we'll
Selena.
figure it out.
Panera.
You
Do you
think
guys
we got
wanna see
Panera
the-
money? Psh.
You know what? Actually,
Jokes.
Selena should be sending us money because she's on TikTok, so she should be sending us.
Ah.
Oh,
money.
she got
Yeah.
TikTok money?
She got
Oh,
TikTok
she's got
money.
TikTok.
Oh,
yeah,
fuck that. You're
she's-
not getting a fucking thing from me. TikTok money?
She got TikTok money. She's doing pretty good over there. So yeah.
Man, I remember the when I got a really big gift on TikTok Live, I was like, wow. The whole
Yeah.
screen goes crazy. And you get like
Hey,
$4.
Hey.
Hey.
Hey,
how
May.
are you, May? Nice to see you.
I skipped AC and I just saw I want to say hi to because I don't know.
I didn't even see AC either. I was like, just
want to
us.
say hi to Sam and Rose only.
But she put AC in there.
She did. It was little.
Yeah.
Hi, May. May.
Hey.
We're gonna need it. I haven't heard Betty in so long. I'm having withdrawal.
Well, if you listen to our show,
Right?
was a
she's on
dirty
every
joke.
Wednesday.
A lot. Don't tell. I
You
got
can-
no
you
money.
You can watch it on the replay,
You got money, Selena.
Do you guys want to see the correction officer that was there with Caylee Anthony? when she was
Sure.
locked up.
Was he hot?
The one looking at her ass. Jokes.
We need another correctional officer. I'm having correctional officer withdrawal.
I know, right?
there you go.
There we go. Okay, fine. But Caylee Anthony is kind of hot. I'm just gonna put that out there.
I mean, she's not
Oh.
bad looking at all.
Yeah.
I'm
I
sorry,
don't.
no.
A lot of people would throw it in her. A lot
I-
of people.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
I don't see it. Sorry.
Okay. Well, yeah. You probably not. Of course. If I said yes, you'd probably say no. Of course. Clearly.
I worked at the Orange County Jail where Caylee Anthony was housed. I was the first.
She looks like a
correctional
fucking
officer
circus
to
clown.
receive her. They told me she was high profile. They just brought her in. They sat her down at the table. She tried to cross her legs, but she couldn't because of the shackles. And she looked
She couldn't
at
be a
me
lady.
with a blank stare. She waited until I was done with my paperwork. And then I unshackled her. I took her cuffs off and I gave her her stuff. She went in her room and she sat down and didn't say a word.
In the interest of safety,
I wanted
Sylvia
her
makes
to
a
so
habit
badly.
of researching every inmate that comes in. That
Oh my
includes
God.
both Caylee Anthony and Robin Adams.
Female Batman.
I look up every inmate that comes into my dorm to see what I'm working with. Caylee Anthony, I didn't even know who she was. I thought she
Wow.
was just a regular inmate until I looked her up.
Sylvia discovers that Caylee Anthony is still just a suspect in her daughter's disappearance. lied to investigators when questioned, sending
Who is
them on
that?
a wild goose chase that ends nowhere.
She lied to the cops. She lied to her
Who's that narrator?
parents. I was like, this beautiful girl, how can she,
Yeah,
you know,
beautiful
kill
people
her
don't do
own
things
daughter?
bad. Beautiful people don't do bad shit.
Robin stood out to me
That's why.
because when she came in, she was a hot mess with her head down.
She was a hot
crying.
mess.
You
The
could
hot ass
really see
mess.
her eyes. That's how
Right.
swollen her eyes were.
Yeah.
And without even looking
But
her
that
up,
person
without
looks
even
that because
knowing
she's
her,
crying. She looks like she's
I had
innocent.
this feeling
Remember,
like she shouldn't be there.
she's crying. She's remorseful.
This one officer was different. Nothing like the other guards or officers.
She
was
pinned me up
very
against the wall.
encouraging and let you
And then they
know
went
that
down.
she cared about you
They went
as
down.
an
Kissed me-
individual.
She kissed me on the
not
damn
just an
lips.
inmate.
I am not God to judge. If you treat me with respect, I'll treat you with respect. And Robin Adams never disrespected me.
3 women brought together by fate to a place sealed
Oh.
off from
3 women brought together by fate. Who the fuck is that? I know that voice.
Sounds like a fucking
Who the fuck is that?
movie trailer.
Yeah, but in a
Right.
world, but I'm a girl. Little tortilla boy.
I can't.
Get to the chopper.
I can't with
You
you.
remember.
hmm
So I mean, there's a lot of these people that are coming out that are revisiting their stories, you know, like Caylee Anthony, you know, laughing faces.
Who else?
I
Who
mean,
else is-
I'm sure that
TMZ killers.
people are going to come out of the woodworks, or woodwork, not woodwork.
And she's hot. On top of it,
Yeah, I mean,
people come out for fucking Gypsy Rose, who looks like a little, like literally a turkey. She looks like a turkey and a toe had a baby, and she's disgusting looking. And
turkey and
people
a
come out for that
toe.
because it's
Turkey and
fucking
a toe.
it's good. It's like a juicy. What are we talking
it's
about? right?
delicious. Yes.
It's delicious as fuck. So you want to talk about it? And she's ugly. Now imagine you fucking put Caylee in.
Now you have a good
on
looking
TikTok Live.
woman.
You gotta put her in a bikini top. She'll make $10,000 an hour. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
That's the world we live in, That's the period. That's why it exists. And TikTok is the vehicle in order to see somebody to send them stars and give 30% to TikTok. That's what it is. That's
60.
what it is.
What do you mean? 30%?
30% to TikTok. You get 70, 30, I think.
No,
right?
they raised it.
Did they?
Yeah.
You get the less?
Yeah. My understanding, I think you get less now.
Fuck. No, there's got to be other places. Jesus Christ. Oh my God.
Well, you
Anyway,
know.
but you have the biggest chance to get the most people. You can have 70,000 people watching you at once. Fucking ding, 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 ding. Your shit's. Oh.
I don't know. I just think out of all places she goes onto TikTok, which I mean,
Of all places, it's the exact place she's meant to go.
It's
That's where
salacious.
everybody fucking goes.
TikTok is TMZ. It's
Yeah,
like-
I mean,
did she think people were gonna forget? Did she do you think
don't-
people were gonna?
You don't want to.
there's a generation of kids.
If they forget,
Let's be
then
real.
why go on TikTok?
Alex and Sabrina and Selena probably don't, ever remember when this all fucking happened. They were little. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Sabrina was 8 years old.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
This is not something that,
And now we get to rehash it. There's a
the
whole
new
new
yeah.
Do you see the way from look at through corporate eyes? It's a whole new generation of people to hate and love and
Right.
lust. And now kids who are coming of age are like, dude, that chick's hot. She killed somebody. I don't give a fuck. Jiggle it. It doesn't matter.
Let's be
Hold on,
fair.
please don't take it away. Please don't take it away.
We've already got people looking. We've got AC and Dave looking up at her OnlyFans.
She got a view from me.
Right. Exactly.
I don't have OnlyFans, but imagine
Right.
that I signed in. Imagine.
Selena says exactly. People don't forget, and they record it.
It's good.
Yes.
That's exactly it. They record. I hate people already. I hate people too. We gotta bust your mom's Cherry Poppins because she thinks that we still operate on some kind of on a morality system. She thinks that there's more good than bad in the world. Yet she thinks the world is bad and it was better before. You know what I mean? Like, which one is it? Is it good or do you think it's horrible?
No.
She's like, sure, you don't have one. LOL.
I do have a Panera gift card. I do have one.
I'm just kidding.
You're just not gonna get it. I'm not gonna send it to you now. I was.
I thought you were gonna say I'm having a holy.
Well, that's what he meant. Read between the lines, Rose.
This is so fun. This is like one of the. This is why I'm here. That's why I'm here. I'm gonna die
Remember
here.
the joke when you were a
Fucking-
kid? You're like, read between the lines.
Yeah. Oh my god! If you put down the lines, oh my god!
Oh Lord, he turned his hat backwards. He's in sport
I'm
mode
in
here.
business now.
Nah.
I hate fucking people. I'm gonna put a star on that. I also hate people. That's so far the comment of the night.
Yes,
I
agreed.
hate people already. And now, remember, just remind when you're with your mom or call her, just remember, hey, people suck. Don't forget, love you. I know that you would put me in jail tomorrow if I did anything wrong. You're part of the problem. Love you.
There are times I wish I was naive and trusting. Actually, I don't. As I was when I was in my early 20s. You know what I mean? I thought the world was great. Nobody would ever hurt anybody. And then I was proven wrong. And now I'm like happy that I'm honestly I'm actually happy now that I'm a bit jaded. You know,
Yeah.
I look at everybody like,
nothing can touch me, dude. I'm fucking made of titanium because you can't. I'm impervious to your optimism. I'm impervious. Try to break my hard shell that I've had to grow over time. No, I'm like that crab, like that old crab that's like, fuck you. I know what's out there.
You're like the get off my lawn guy. Yeah.
Get off my lawn. Better yet, I'm not going in your lawn. I'm gonna go back to my lawn. I would never be in your lawn.
I know, I get it.
Yeah, no.
Look at that. We're both vaping at the same time.
Yeah, I know.
We're gonna get on the same cycle soon.
Oh, we are.
I know.
Goodness.
Selena said you ain't wrong.
I wish I was.
So
I wish I was wrong.
a poll between all of us. Do we think she did it or not? I know she was acquitted.
I think she did it.
I don't like her eyes.
Agreed.
I don't like her eyes. I don't like her eyes. She wasn't remorseful.
She was laughing through the whole thing.
Yeah, she's laughing through the whole thing. She's getting the crazy face, and Nancy Grace hates her.
Okay, so real talk though.
There was a comment on there on the Nancy Grace thing. It's like the top one was like, Nancy Grace fucking hates her so much. She's hated her forever. It was so funny.
So real talk. What person, when their child goes missing, goes out to the club? Even if, you know what I mean? Let's just take the theory of the defense. Your child drowns in a pool and your dad helps you cover it up.
Mm-hmm. Easy. Yeah. Saturday night. Easy. Yeah.
Why do you go out that first Friday night and go to or actually the day she goes missing, go out to the fucking club and, enter a hot body contest?
Why? He has dick and money.
I mean, but your kid just died. Let's just take the defenses.
You're such a fucking party pooper.
I'm just saying, let's just take the defenses approach. Let's just say they're right. She drowned in the pool. She got out of there. Her dad helped her cover it up.
Yeah.
Why? For one, why fucking cover it up? If your kid gets
Look at
out
that.
of
That's
the
a
house
real
and
dad.
drowns in the pool.
That's a real dad covering up your fucking daughter's crime. Killed your own daughter. Cover it up.
My point is if the kid accidentally drowns and gets out of the house and gets in the pool, why cover it up? Why not call the Why not call the cops right away? Well, yeah, it's not your fault. I mean, you might get a negligence,
reckless endangerment of a child or whatever.
Right, but you're not, you're really not probably. I mean, some of the evidence was pictures of her opening the back door by herself.
Oh, right.
Whatever. So let's just take that as it's correct. And, why, for one, why cover it up? For two, why, if your child dies, why would you be out at the club? Why 10 days later would you get,
Are you judging someone?
I'm asking
why lie?
Who and why lie about it? But who behaves like that? This is how I look at it. If my child passes, regardless of, I'm going to be fucking devastated and I'm not gonna go fucking clubbing. I'm not gonna
Everyone's
lie
different
about
though.
it.
Everyone's different.
But then she lied about
Maybe that was
the
her
nanny.
grieving
Remember,
process.
she made up that name.
Yeah. Here's the thing. There was never a nanny. There was
She lied. This nanny was.
They even
poor
went
lady.
to the apartment building that she said to the apartment. That place had been vacant for months. There was never a person by the name of the nanny to live there. So it was made up.
No, who was the nanny? Cherry Poppins?
There was no, that lady didn't even, she didn't even
Zenaida
know her.
Fernandez Gonzalez.
She didn't even know her.
Here we go. Private videos were hacked from my computer. Look at she's
When was this?
My daughter died. Daughter died. Daughter
2012.
died.
Of course they were.
Okay. It says Caylee Anthony claims that the videos were leaked onto the internet.
Oh,
Last
so
week they were stolen from her computer by a malicious hacker. Hacker. According to her probation officer. Her probation officer said that her spicy for herself. She took them so she could see her own body. And yeah, and then she stored them on the cloud in her computer. And then now it's hacked, you know?
It is crazy that the only charge that stuck was lying to the police.
Put the cocaine in here. We previously reported the videos show Caylee Anthony talking to herself about pretty mundane things, adopting a dog, new piercings, nothing that embarrassing. But according to docs, Casey's real pissed that the videos were stolen. Casey's currently serving a year of probation in Florida for check fraud. So on top of it, she does check
that's
fraud.
the other thing. Yeah. Check fraud. That's actually how they initially. So they had originally they arrested her like right away, and then she bonded out, and this some weirdo bonded her out. And
see, I was always a weirdo bonding people like
like some weirdo
queen,
in a cowboy hat fucking bonded her out.
Like,
I can't remember his name.
She's gonna love me for this. She's gonna love me.
And then so she was home, and there was tons of media coverage. Media was camped out on their front lawn, and they found out by research that she had used written a check and forged her friend's name on her. So she stole her friend's checks.
She's bad news.
And the cops came in right as the news had started, so it was live as they were arresting her again, and they thought, oh man, they found something new. No, it was just a bad check. It was a fraudulent check because she wrote it in her friend's name. So that was one of the things that the cops did to kind of,
I bet some cops were like,
court of public opinion there.
Man, I hope she fucks up around me because I'll arrest the fuck out of her.
Right.
I'll arrest the shit out of her, boy. You don't even know me, boy. I'm gonna arrest the shit out of that girl.
I just don't understand how they didn't find her. Like all these lies and everything, how it just didn't.
Also, one of the things, one of the like the smoking gun, the defense actually threw out there in trial. She had used Firefox for most of her Google or most of her searches on the internet.
Right.
But they only looked the prosecution really only looked at Google. That is one of the other things that Cindy, her mom, had perjured herself on. She said, I was looking for chlorophyll and then looked at chloroform on Google. But she also said they basically said at the time this search was made, you were supposedly at work. She's like, yeah, I probably came home. But she perjured herself, and they didn't. The prosecutors didn't go after her for it. But so Jose Baez actually said on Firefox she looked up foolproof suffocation methods, and the prosecution never looked at that. They were only concerned with Google, and they didn't look at the other things. But they mentioned it in the defense mentioned it, and they couldn't do anything about it. So, I mean, literally, it was something that they could have completely linked her to this to this crime.
But no. Look at this. New look Caylee Anthony. Latest video sees redhead showing off her new piercings. As friend reveals she's dating, partying, and going to church. That's never
that is an oxymoron.
Yeah, dating, partying, and going to church.
She goes.
Church is actually the name of an all-day club.
She goes to tell her sins.
Close friend says that She's not alone, as her leaked video diary suggests. Has a boyfriend and is out in public a lot. Picture shows her at a restaurant.
Of course. I mean,
let's
to
see.
be fair,
Hey,
she
there's
was
a picture.
acquitted. She can live a life, but
Fuck yeah, I can live a life. Fuck yeah. Caylee Anthony appears confident, self-assured. People hate that. Oh, people hate that so much. Stop looking so look right there. Oh, that's okay.
Again,
She's pointing at her
new piercing. Yes,
got it.
I'm not saying that her whole life needed to end after her child was found dead. However, there didn't seem to be much or any of a mourning period. You know what I mean?
Right.
That, I guess that's the crazy thing for me.
Of course. Well, I mean, we
she
talk about
didn't
this
even
every
go
week.
I would be devastated.
Every week, somebody doesn't care about the thing they did.
Well, no,
she
I'd
didn't
be
even go out
devastated.
and looked. She didn't even go out and look for her daughter. Like she didn't.
It was 31 days before she even said anything, and it was when they found her fucking car, and her parents finally started asking questions. Now I get it. I understand. She probably was like, "I've got it handled. I'm out doing the things."
She does. It looks like Anthony Casey here. I gotta be honest. This picture's a little, she wasn't at her best here.
Yeah, I know.
She was her best in that car. The car pick was probably the best.
Yeah.
Up to now, actually. She was pretty good in TikTok. She was killing it.
She's aged very well.
Up-to-date news/video on Lisa Irwin, around the world news, and Caylee Anthony, chameleon with her hair different color and a different style. It appears that the cleared mom has changed some new looks several times. Of course,
Of course she would.
Of course, I would change everything about myself.
Any woman changes their look. I mean, I do.
And they didn't even kill their kid for that.
Right.
Mm-hmm. See, any disguise out in the she's like right by the bathroom, like, want to see my piercing. The 25-year-old shows off her new hat. Here's my new hat, y'all. Y'all ain't sad about your dead baby.
Again, there doesn't seem to be any mourning over the child.
So you said it's okay to live your life after you do that. How long is your mourning period in your mind? When would it be okay for her to do this?
I mean, quite a while, I would think. I mean, again, there was no remorse or no mourning even at the beginning. I mean, one thing
I think the answer is never. I think the answer for you guys is she can never. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think there's a bar that she could.
Okay,
she already did this thing, you know?
No. Okay, I guess what I'm trying to say.
No.
Let's just play. Say she didn't do it.
Okay.
Baby goes missing.
Yeah.
Doesn't report her. I don't under. She's so stinking cute.
She was so fucking cute.
So beautiful.
Yeah.
So baby.
They never killed the ugly kids, right? They never killed the ugly kids.
Why would you not? For one, smoking gun number one. Why don't we say baby's missing? Right.
Well,
you know what I mean.
Immediately don't want.
And again, if we go by the defense, if baby drowns, why aren't you sad immediately? And why aren't you doing, acting as if your child is, not
something's
here?
wrong?
But now understand.
Why are you not?
Now we're policing. Now we're policing and judging because you're not sad and you don't grieve the way I want you to.
No. But
any normal person is not going.
I hear you. I'm with you.
To go to the club
I think she did it.
after
I
their
think she's a bitch.
child is dead.
But we can't use the court system as the final.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
And then also say like, well, I don't like her face, so I think she's guilty.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying her actions did not reflect of a mother mourning. They did not reflect of a mother concerned.
Of a normal mother mourning, the way you think a mother should mourn.
99.999% of mothers would mourn.
Okay.
I mean,
she didn't. I mean, come on. 30 days after, you're not concerned. You're making up stories.
My oldest at age 12 ran away.
Mm-hmm.
My ex-husband was picking her up from school because I was working, and she dipped out the other side of the school, and we didn't know where she was. I got a call right away. The moment I found out, I called the cops. They're like, it's not been long enough, but we'll start looking. But then we found her. But I mean, immediately I'm looking. I'm frantic. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? We find her. So, I mean, this has happened multiple times with my oldest where where she has, you know, the moment I know she's not there,
Right.
I'm fucking frantic. One of the last times I was knocking on doors in places I shouldn't be, I was like, where the fuck is my kid? There was no moment where I was not frantic and looking.
There are some people who don't like their children and won't do that.
It wouldn't have taken me 31 days. You know what I mean?
Right, sure, of course, I get this, but we're already in it, right? We're in this role play. So, like,
by all accounts, she was a doting, loving mother. She doted. They checked her, you know, at Caylee's room, and she had all the toys, and everyone who saw her with her said that she was a doting mother. So, in that respect, from the outward appearance, one would think she would be on it, right? So why not? If she's the doting mother that they say,
right.
I don't understand it.
Then that makes sense. Sure, if she's a doting mother, right? Okay. Yes, but it still remains that we can't formulate a final opinion until it's all litigated through the court.
Well,
even though, and obviously, because we talk about this all the time, the court of public opinion. The court of public opinion is going to happen no matter what, and that was always my point. So, if your face isn't right, if your eyes are beady, if you have, you know, a part in your hair, everyone's going to find a reason not to like you, and then automatically.
I don't care how she looks; her actions were speaking louder than.
Sometimes we care about how they look.
Well, we do. I mean, regardless, I can hindsight go, yeah, he's got beady eyes. It's in the eyes. She never showed remorse. I mean,
So
rarely.
A lot of these people didn't, right? The other TikTok killer didn't.
Right.
You know, like a lot of the people that we talk about every week are like, oh my, you guys are like flabbergasted because they don't look the way you want them to look in order to be innocent. And I'm not saying me too. I don't think they all look fucking horrible. And look at me, the Menendez brothers, I think both look like lizards. And you guys are like, no, they're great. They're great. You know, like.
Well, they do look like lizards. I'm not saying that, but it doesn't mean. But I do feel for them.
That's the first week where I was like, I get it, guys. That's the guy. And you're like, no, we love them. I'm like, oh fuck. Like, what do you mean?
You're like, what am I supposed to look at?
It's so subjective, and that in and of itself, that's what's.
Well,
that furthers my point. It's like everybody has a different outlook on what people, and then of course there's going to be some people that like give them money on TikTok, and other people who are going to be like, you know, feel exactly the way that Nancy Grace does. It's a whole spectrum of people.
So, I am Dave, from the Married Couple podcast.
From the Married Couple
says she has never actually said the baby drowned though ever. That was what I have to say. An ingenious tactic by the defense to simplify, or sorry, not simplify. I added some more letters to that word. Simply throw doubt to the jury. He is correct.
Wordplay.
And then the prosecution messed up in this case by only charging first-degree murder and seeking death penalty, and not having enough to prove exactly that. The confusion that the defense attorney created, and then got her to walk. She knows what happened, yet still to this day claims she doesn't. So yeah, in her interviews since then, she's like, I don't even know what happened that day. Blah blah blah. And
it's so fake. It's just so fake.
Well, she was like, "Oh, I fell asleep and I don't remember. You know, I just don't remember." And blah, blah, blah. And then and the baby wasn't there anymore. And I'm okay with it.
Can you imagine that poor woman that she lied to? That was the woman that was watching her kid, and she's like, "I don't even know this lady. Like, I've never even seen her." Like,
right?
That poor lady. Like, she just made up this name and.
Well, what's crazy is they completely threw fucking George, her dad, under the fucking bus.
Yeah.
They not only did they say he essayed his daughter, they then also said that he was fooling around on his wife, and brought a woman to testify, and she said, "Oh, he told me that he thought it was an accident and blah, blah, blah." So I don't know how they got away with that, because, I mean, that was never proven that he vehemently denies that he was, he was stepping out on his wife. He's like, I don't know what she's talking about. I never would have said this, but yet, because of the chaos that the defense brought on the whole case, the jurors were like, you gave me reasonable doubt, you know, and that's the crux of it.
I just don't get. I don't understand. Like,
Reasonable doubt.
yeah, everything was there. I mean,
But it
I
wasn't.
don't-
They did not
it
package it up
wasn't.
correctly. One juror number 3
Right.
was like, I didn't have an exact cause of death. I know it was homicide, but they didn't tell me how it happened. They couldn't, because of the decomposition, they couldn't say if it was drowning. They couldn't say if it was suffocation. They couldn't say if it was, they couldn't test to see if there was chloroform, all the things. Also, one of the, I don't know where it happened. I don't know what time it happened. I know that from this day to this day, we didn't know where the baby was. Also, one of the things that kind of flustered the jurors is the prosecution had really good forensic evidence, but it was too technical. Well, if it's too technical, jurors check out and are like, nope, can't be it because I don't understand it. So, I mean, in the way they explained the technical science of it, just kind of made everybody go kind of check out and go, I don't think I like that. If I can't understand it.
They're right, of course. The half of it is
you could have the best
presentation.
technology in the world.
If I'm not going to explain it to you, you're never going to use it.
But if you can't explain it correctly,
right, of course. Yeah, I get it.
So there was a lot of.
She should go to TikTok. She should make a lot of money.
I think.
Turn your comments on, boo boo.
Right. I don't know. I feel like she feels relieved now. I don't know.
A lot of people would throw it right in her. Right in her.
Well, they do have a petition going on for
what?
To ban her from TikTok.
No, that's free speech. No, you cannot.
They do. They do have.
I am completely against that.
They do have a petition. I think they have over.
You cannot be against that. You can't.
I'm not saying against anything.
You cannot be against. You cannot be against that. You cannot. But under everything you've ever told us, you cannot. It goes against the brand.
I'm just what I know from TikTok. There is a petition going on. I didn't say I'm
just telling
you.
Not
for it. I'm just saying there is a petition going on for it.
Okay.
On TikTok to ban her. And
well, here's the thing. I believe that on the social media platforms, whether it's YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, whatever, pick your poison. Unless you are, on your content, breaking the law or being, horrible,
or screaming fire in a church or fire in a movie theater, that's
right.
That's
unless you're being horrible, you should be able to be. I mean, she should be allowed to be on there.
Clearly.
Here's the deal: she can be on there. We don't have to watch her.
Yeah. Or you can band together and have such a clear and definite argument. You take her down immediately. You make her so humiliated, she'll leave.
Right. But you don't have to watch her content.
Right.
You don't.
I'm not saying you, Jeros. I'm like, anybody who's against
you as a collective.
Yeah.
The people, you don't have to fucking watch it.
Exactly.
So there is an
uproar.
But is she breaking any community guidelines? Is she doing anything like that? That's the thing. She, as long as she's following the rules, why not?
She has just as much.
We don't have to look at it.
Exactly.
Here's the petition.
I would love to read it. I would love to read that anti-American petition.
Let's see. There we go.
It's completely. Okay. When you visit our website, we store the cookies. Okay. Okay. Go down. It doesn't say anything about that. It says cookies. Strictly. Okay. A lot of cookies.
All the cookies.
There we go. All the cookies. There we go.
Okay. I would love to know. I would love to read about it.
All right. Should I hit the sign the petition?
No.
No, we
want to do it on my behalf.
What the petition is? Hold on.
Do I go on here? Let's see.
Is it the one you sent in the group chat?
Maybe. I think so.
Is it change.org? So it says the issue. Caylee Anthony, a woman who stood trial and was acquitted for murder of her daughter, Caylee Marie Anthony, is looking to monetize her notoriety. This is a gross display of insensitive and exploitation, of a tragic event that shocked the nation.
Somebody tell your daughter. Somebody tell you not to talk about your own daughter.
It is a dangerous precedent where other individuals might feel motivated to profit from their own specific circumstances, regardless of ethical implications. By signing this petition, you join the thousands who believe that is unacceptable to directly profit off of one's own criminal trials, particularly when it involves the loss of an innocent life. We urge platforms hosting profiles of such persons to consider the moral and ethical implications of their choices. The memory of Caylee Marie Anthony deserves respect. Stand with us in this fight. Sign this petition today. Now, question. We've done a lot on Gypsy Rose, correct?
Yeah, it's the first person that comes to mind.
Okay, so was a petition like this put on when she joined TikTok?
Every single dollar cent that she's ever made is because Dee Dee's dead. Think about it.
You know what?
You know why?
You know what?
Because,
That is
you know
a good
why?
thing.
Because Dee Dee was a villain, not a virgin.
Exactly. She's not a virgin. That
No,
would be weird.
not a virgin. She had a baby. Dee Dee
least
was
one.
a villain,
Right.
and Caylee was not. Now,
Exactly.
there's no difference. I mean,
In the life.
You know,
Yeah.
How many people have signed that one? The one that you just read. This one says 20,000.
20,000 and 170 million people that have TikTok.
54,503
on that one.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
It's not a lot. It's not a lot. There's 330 million people in America.
Right, but regardless, my point is there is no difference between. I mean, Gypsy Rose was convicted
and went to jail for 10 years.
and then came on, and now she's doing TikToks and whatever. So because
this chick was acquitted,
because her mom was a villain and torturers, it's okay.
Now
I mean, honestly, there is no difference between the two. This woman was acquitted, and and again, free speech. Well, she should be able to, but if you don't want her on here, that's fine. Just don't watch
whoever doesn't want them. We're not talking about
again, collective, right? Don't subscribe. Don't give her money.
What?
Watch everybody else's clips.
That's the beauty. No, and other people. I mean, we are talking about this case because we are a true crime podcast. However, if I saw her on TikTok, I'm not going to repost anything that she does because I don't fucking care.
I just go to the block button and I'll never see her again.
Right.
But you can't stop other people from wanting to.
I don't have to look at it.
Right. That's the only thing.
And you, as a collective out in the
world,
ethers,
the internet,
don't have to fucking look at it.
Most people who feel this don't have TikTok anyway. You feel me? Like a lot of people, they don't like sensationalism anyway.
Right.
You know what, that's a very good point, though. I mean, there wasn't a petition for Gypsy Rose, and
there wasn't. There isn't a petition for anybody. Is the Menendez brothers is the same ass thing? If they come into the TikTok, there's not going to be a petition for the parents.
No,
and they
why?
killed them.
Because their parents were villains.
Because their parents were villains, but there's still two lives that died very violently.
Allegedly.
Well, and here comes another one. The one who killed Selena, the singer. Yeah. Yolanda, she's about to get released here on the 30th.
You don't think she's going to tell her story on TikTok?
Of course,
well, she does. And she's got to. Yeah, it already is out there.
It's America where people come to make money. This is like the place to do that. You start stifling that, and the reason, like the morality thing that they're asking for on the petition, if you open that can of worms, TikTok and ByteDance, the parent company of TikTok, would have to answer everyone's morality claim. Everyone's. Like now we have to talk to Ed because you can't just do like one part. Now we have to do the other part, right? Like, so if we do one morality, everybody's morality.
What's good for the goose should be good for the gander.
Absolutely. And for example, they got rid of like all the over sexualized things on TikTok. Like it used to be like titties and pussy. Like it was a shit. It was a fucking twerk party on TikTok like 5 years ago, 6 years ago. But lately, obviously they've cleaned it up. You can't even curse on TikTok Live. They've made strides towards morality. But like that's the only one that they can make. After that, they're picking sides.
I also think they shouldn't fucking tell you not to curse. And I mean, I cuss all the time, but I mean, I don't think that should be an issue. As long as I don't know, it shouldn't be a fucking issue.
I don't think it should either. Especially, I mean, we curse a lot, all of us do. So it's like, I mean,
yeah,
I don't think it should be an issue either. I mean, there's a lot of things I don't think it should be an issue. But I do agree where if you're going to do it for one, you should do it for all.
Absolutely.
I mean, if you're going to go that route, then there's a lot of people that
do you think Nancy Grace will petition for the other side to get? She won't.
I don't. You know what? I think she. In my opinion, I think she would agree with this petition just because of the way she is. I think she would.
But she can't. But then she can't turn around and say that she's American and constitutional.
I mean, and then she shouldn't have her job. I mean, her whole ass job is based on free speech.
Entertainment. She's entertainment. She's not a journalist. That's not journalism. She's basically TMZ, right?
I guess what I'm saying is I mean, that's still her right to say do that. So
it's her right to gaslight boomers, and that chick can sell to people that want to buy it.
Exactly.
For sure. I mean, it's America. If not, we have to stop the commerce thing. Like we got to stop and then we'll have no companies and we'll have
like I said, if it goes for one, it has to go for all. If you're gonna do Caylee Anthony, then why didn't you not do one for Gypsy Rose? Why did you not do one for?
Because the public perception is that chick's a bitch.
And was convicted. I mean, Gypsy Rose was fucking convicted. Regardless of her past abuse.
Exactly. And she went to jail. Yeah. Caylee only went to jail for like 3 years, and she wrote some bad checks. Other than that, she's OJ. She got away with something hardcore, and she's always going to be known for that. And she's trying to be capitalizing. Like, she hasn't really done a good job. I don't know who's managing her, but her OnlyFans sucks, and she's and she's not really prevalent on social media that I've seen. If not, we probably would have seen her. You know who is? Amy Fisher. That bitch's titties have been on fucking the internet
everywhere
for a long time.
Oh my
God. They're still on. Yep.
Do you have a couple more comments? I am Dave from the Married Couple Podcast says, and if you don't want to watch your content, simply swipe right and come to the Married Couple Podcast. and when we do Who's Coming With Me, he also says, he said it twice. Never mind. That was 2 things in a row that were the same. But truth, I mean, honestly, you don't have to fucking watch it if you don't want to.
Yeah,
that's what I say. And that's my whole point about the court of public opinion is you like the whole thing is like we already know who's guilty before they do it, and we already have that, so we can't really say that we don't, because we're people. We judge. I judge a dude walking down the street or a chick, like what a hoe. Like whatever, like we do that all the time. So
absolutely.
It's almost impossible to get a super fair trial unless you live in a box or you get 12 people that have never been in the outside world, because the media ruins everything. And once they ruin everything,
the solution is having an Amish jury.
Exactly. And how can you have that? And how can you have to literally pick people who are living
even in a box. Then they're going to say you're guilty anyway, because we're living in sin regardless.
Exactly. Right. Exactly. And too moral. Well, they're out of touch with reality, because you're not supposed to do anything.
Right.
And then too jaded. Then it's like you can get away with anything. I don't give a fuck.
Right.
Fucking nothing works like me. Like nothing works, and everything's a piece of shit, and everything's performative. Fuck that shit. And then everybody gets acquitted. Because nobody gives a shit, and you're a nihilist, which means like nothing matters, everything's fucked. I'm just gonna go home and masturbate until I die, because that's the only thing that feels good. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what pure like black pilled, like everything's fucked.
Right.
So if it's too much skewed to one side, then everybody goes to jail or nobody goes to jail.
Agreed.
Agreed. Well, it's been a beautiful topic, a wonderful night.
It was a really good conversation tonight. It was I like the good debate.
Yes.
We were all starting to agree for a moment there.
I mean, I think we do all agree most of the time. Sometimes, but all of the time. I'm going to do a shot because, it's roses are red, and I took one by myself, but whatever. I'm going to do a shot.
Here we go. Shot. Cheers.
I'm going to do a pot.
Okay, do that.
All right. Cheers. My whole thing is full of pot. We're good.
Disclaimer: pot is legal in Nevada.
And California. It's not.
He's about to go on. Who's about to go on OnlyFans? I did go. You came late. I did go on OnlyFans. I did. I looked for her.
So they just the people voted the last election. We voted in Nebraska medical marijuana, and our lawmakers are trying to fucking stop it at every point. They were like, we're going to be the last state to ever get it. I swear to God.
You're the last.
And then they're going to reban it.
Yeah, you're gonna have it for 2 weeks, and then they're gonna take it away because Senator whatever came in and is we don't want
It's
this.
fucking dumb.
We're the last piece of Americana. Do you want that piece of Americana to die? Because weed, something that people have been smoking forever, and nothing has ever changed.
Look at the money the state could make on it. I'm just saying.
You know what? That's what I keep saying about hookers. They should just make it legal and collect taxes off of them. Come on now.
I agree.
Obviously.
And make it safer.
That's
Yeah.
Hookers right here. Come to Vegas.
Well, thank you everyone for a wonderful night. And,
Yes.
We will see everybody next Friday. Same time, same place.
Hookers and weed are legal. Hookers and weed are legal. And look at me. Look at me. I'm fine.
Are you?
What are you laughing at me?
No, stop.
Bunch of bullies.
We love you, AC.
And I will be out visiting AC here in about a little less than a month.
It's all the casinos and the hookers and the weed.
It's crazy. We were just talking before we got on air a year ago. Tomorrow, we were all together doing our first in-person together. Roses Are Red, and we did the Binion store. Yeah.
The Binion was a year ago?
Yeah, I on my memories today, I said flying out to Vegas, and so we got in real late, and then we all met up the next day. Yeah, I know you picked us up.
Skinny met a black girl.
No, that was not that time. That was like 4 years ago. But we did pop Rose's cherry on karaoke and all the things. That was our first cherry pop. That was our first cherry pop.
Cherry Poppins.
Cherry Poppins.
It was.
Oh, cherry.
It was a great weekend.
Oh my gosh.
Great.
We need to do that.
And then we got stuck at the airport. We couldn't come home forever.
God. Yeah.
Yeah. Flights kept canceling.
You actually got home later than we did. And we were delayed.
Remember that one time, Rose? Remember that one time when you won an obscene amount of money?
Yes.
5
and
seconds
that was,
after I left.
That was it's gonna be a year when I'm back out there for that same.
You spent that money on a purse. You spent that money on a purse, didn't you?
We are at the end of the year gonna be out there with my daughter Alex. She turns 21 in October, so I don't know if it'll be right in October or if it'll be like after like Christmas break for her, winter break for her. But AC, be prepared. You'll get to meet Allie.
I like to
Alex. I call her Allie, but you'll meet Alex in person, and
I'd like to plan something. Like we can, you know what I'm saying? Like we can. I'm already thinking 2 speakeasies.
Oh fuck yeah, yes. That'll be fun, but I totally want to
like speakeasies that you have to like know a password for and they let you in.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But Rose, if you can be out there, then that'd be awesome. I mean, she'll have a few friends there and do their thing, but we're totally gonna show her Vegas. So
let me know. I will be out there. I will fly out even for 24 hours. I'll fly out.
Right. I've been telling her since she was 15. When you turn 21, we're taking you to Vegas. So it's gonna be a thing. I can't wait.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
I cannot wait. So definitely let me know when and we'll be out there. And
perfect.
So, but thank you everyone for joining us and hanging out with us and this lovely conversation we had. The good thing is we all learned that we can agree, we can disagree, but we're all still friends and it's okay.
Heck yeah.
So that's what makes the beauty of us and I hope everybody can do the same. We don't have to always agree on topics, but this one, I think we've all agreed on this one.
Even if we do, I'm going to make sure that we don't.
Well, yeah, AC is here to play devil's advocate all the time, unless he's not here, and then I have to.
Yeah, or Dave.
That's a really hard. That's a really hard job.
Sometimes Rose has an epiphany, and she's like, "Wait a minute,
hold on,
wait a second, that's wrong."
Cherry Poppins,
yes,
into effect.
Yes.
Thank you, everyone. Good night, and we'll see you guys all next Friday. Peace.
Bye.
Buster Cherry.
Cherry
Poppins.
And oh, Cherry, hold on.